Imagine a man boarding a passenger plane in broad daylight, taking hundreds of thousands of dollars, jumping out of the aircraft in the middle of the night, and then disappearing forever. Despite one of the largest investigations in American history, no one ever found him. To this day, nobody knows whether he survived or died. This is not a movie script. This is the true story of D.B. Cooper, one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in American history. On November 24, 1971, the day before Thanksgiving, a middle-aged man walked into Portland International Airport in Oregon. He was dressed in a black suit, white shirt, black tie, and sunglasses. He looked like an ordinary businessman. He purchased a one-way ticket on Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305, traveling from Portland to Seattle. On the ticket, he used the name Dan Cooper. Shortly after takeoff, Cooper handed a note to a flight attendant. At first, she assumed it was just a phone number. But Cooper calmly leaned toward her and said, "Miss, you better read that note. I have a bomb." The flight attendant was stunned. The note stated that Cooper had a bomb and demanded $200,000 in cash along with 4 parachutes. If his demands were not met, the lives of everyone on board would be at risk. What made the situation even stranger was Cooper's behavior. He never shouted. He never threatened passengers directly. He remained calm, polite, and in complete control. When the plane landed in Seattle, authorities quickly gathered the ransom money and parachutes. After receiving them, Cooper released all the passengers. Only a small crew remained on board as he ordered the plane to take off again. As night fell, heavy rain and strong winds covered the sky. The aircraft climbed to around 10,000 feet. At some point during the flight, Cooper instructed the crew to stay inside the cockpit. A short time later, the rear stairway of the aircraft was lowered. Then, carrying a bag filled with cash, Cooper jumped into the darkness. And from that moment, the mystery began. After the plane landed safely, the FBI launched one of the largest manhunts in American history. Agents searched forests, mountains, rivers, and remote wilderness areas. Thousands of leads were investigated. But there was no sign of Cooper. No body. No parachute. No personal belongings. It was as if he had vanished from the face of the earth. As the years passed, many experts believed Cooper could not have survived. The weather was terrible, the terrain was dangerous, and he jumped into complete darkness. But others disagreed. They believed Cooper was highly trained, possibly a former military paratrooper or someone with extensive skydiving experience. According to this theory, he carefully planned every detail and escaped successfully. Then, in 1980, the mystery took an even stranger turn. A young boy playing along the Columbia River discovered several bundles of decaying cash buried in the sand. When investigators examined the money, they found that the serial numbers matched the ransom money given to Cooper. The discovery created even more questions. If Cooper died during the jump, how did the money end up there? And if he survived, what happened to the rest of the cash? No one had the answers. Over the following decades, dozens of suspects were investigated. Some were former soldiers, some were pilots, and others were experienced skydivers. Yet none of the evidence was strong enough to prove who Cooper really was. Finally, in 2016, after 45 years of investigation, the FBI officially closed the case. But the mystery remains unsolved. Even today, people continue to ask the same questions. Did D.B. Cooper survive that jump? Did he escape and spend the rest of his life under a new identity? Or did he perish somewhere in the wilderness on that stormy night? Perhaps we will never know. And that is exactly why the story of D.B. Cooper continues to fascinate people around the world. The most powerful mysteries are often the ones that never receive an answer.